Hello, good morning. Welcome into another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. It is 8:55 a.m. on the 11th day of July, year of our Lord 2025. It is a beautiful sunny day here in the Midwest. It looks like a pretty sunny or bright day at least over there in New York City. Huddie will be joining me here in a second. He is already here. He is making a coffee. So we'll be rocking and rolling here in a second. We got Thomas in here, Wayne, Arturo, Jabril, Drummer Max, Wayne, Aurelia, Pedro, Jack. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a great week. It is Friday. We're wrapping up the week here after a couple days of being live every morning. Had a good Wine Wednesday this week. Had some live trading on Wednesday, and here we are to put a cap on this week. It's not the best week in the world for me. Right around break even. A lot of reversals not working. We got at least one on watch this morning. Not a ton of breakout charts. I missed VOR on Monday, and that was probably the best one we had available to us. So just trying to stay in my lane, keep losses small, and if the plays don't come for me today, we got a couple things on watch. Third eye looks, but just being patient, waiting for my setup. So make sure you over the weekend that you guys are tracking through your setups, tracking through your performance, paying attention to what went right, what went wrong. The overall market is down as well today, down about 0.5% right now on, I think, tariff news. So we've had a pretty good run over the past few weeks, and we are pulling back right now. So we'll see if that continues today. If we bounce back, you never quite know how that will affect our small caps, but just being aware of that as we head into the weekend. Wayne says, good morning all, get excited, it's Friday. Yeah, I got some family time planned for this weekend. Going to do a little, not really vacation, but a couple hours away. So excited for that. Hope the weather goes good. Get some golfing in, some fishing in. There he is. How we doing, sir?
What up? What up? You guys ready to make some fucking money?
Whoa. I don't know if
Sorry.
I clicked the
Sorry.
kids button or not.
We'll tone it down. We'll pull it back
Let's
three
take it
notches.
down
You
to a
guys ready to
6.
have
Take it
some
down to a
fun?
6.
Six. Hey
Yep.
guys. Hey everyone.
Why don't
How's
you
everyone
talk to him?
doing? Hey, how are you?
This is my Taylor Swift mug. Kyle got this for me when I was in the hospital. And
Nice. Wow.
do you
Great
remember
guy
it?
he is.
You remember it?
No. I honestly can't see your video, so I'm
You
shooting
just
the
kind
gun.
of in the dark.
Yeah, always, actually.
What do we think? Going into Friday, what do you think?
I don't know. I kind of heard what you said. Family time sounds good. I think it's been an exceptional week of opportunity. Now, whether someone's nailed all that opportunity or not is it's to each their own. But I just markets are breaking out to all-time highs. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. You got breakouts working. You got stocks extending. You got charts like Wolf and a number of other ones that were set up kind of well. ABVE is a 300% runner that ran another 200%. PRock was a 500% runner that ran another 100%. It just has tons of volatility across the board, and that's generally, I mean, like it's a hard market in the sense where it's like you have to narrow your focus and make sure you're playing your pattern and not just being an idiot and buying everything and anything and taking losses. It's definitely not a week to be taking losses. Uh,
Is there ever a
but
week for
with all
that?
that being said, huh?
If you can avoid it, you might as well just never take any, right?
Is that sarcasm?
No, man, I'm just saying, like, if there was ever a week to take losses, like, you just shouldn't,
Yeah, totally.
right?
Uh, I guess my point is like there's enough patterns that there shouldn't be miscellaneous random trades that are unnecessary losses. Like patterns don't work all the time. That's fine. But like if you're just like stabbing at things just because, things are moving and you're taking losses in that respect, then like that's really bad behavior because you shouldn't really have FOMO if you just wait 2 or 3 days. Like we had one of the more exceptional charts from Circle like end of June. And here we are in the first week and a half of July, and we're seeing charts like Wolf. We're seeing charts like BMRA, like our BMNRN.
Beamer.
Like those are two mega charts in the past 3 mega charts in the past 3 weeks. So if you just like sit on your hands and wait for your ideal setup to come. Like in this market, it's going to come. So like to push buttons unnecessarily because you're bored, like you have a problem. You don't have a good setup if you're bored in this market. And if you just apply a little bit of patience, I'm sure your setup will come. Is kind of my point.
You just got to sit on your hands. And that's why I kind of hate summer trading, but sometimes it's the most profitable for me because if you just take less losses and you're in less things and you're taking less stabs and less emotional button pushing, and you wait for your setups and say you make your 5R, 7R, 10R every now and then, and you just sit there and you actually hold on to that, it's like you can make a lot more money doing less. It's a great lesson, I feel like, during slow markets, because if you just do less button pushing, you just hold on to your winners because you're inevitably going to find a breakout that works, a reversal that works, a first red day that works. And if you're not just blowing it for no reason, sometimes it can just be a slow, steady grind, and it's not as fun. It's not as action-packed, clicking a bunch of buttons, but sometimes it can move you in the right direction. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. 26 likes right now. I do want to see that number up towards 50 today, as the last few days I feel like we just haven't gotten there, and I haven't really pushed on it, but I know we can do it.
This week will be I hate saying this, it's such a jinx. This will be my best, this right now it's my best week of the year. And
What?
it'll all be
What?
dependent on,
What?
I cranked it on Wolf.
You cranked it. Yeah, that was... Gosh, this is like a nothing week for me.
And but like I just jinxed it because like today there's arguably I have like what, 7 stocks on my watch list, 6. And if they all trigger, like
dude, what a horrible day. You just said back-to-back horrible things. Best week of the year, then 6 plays on watch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Have fun with that. You're not going to take them all.
If they want me to.
They don't want you to. Thomas says ABVE beast mode. 123 Jarman Max says Wolf first green day maybe. Jabril bought Holo at 625, out at 925, fastest 3K ever. Did it already go into the... I know Kyle bought this in the room in the last 20 or 30 minutes in the 7s. We'll see. I see it was recycled Bitcoin Treasury News. It's up, what, 60% right now? So I probably won't talk about it, but that breakout level over the 11s. Gosh, did they reverse split again? They had to have, because this run at the beginning of the year was like 8-2, and now it's 381 down to 97. I hate reverse splits. Baholo, yeah, Bitcoin Treasury News. Nice work there, Jabril. Jabril continues to say bet 10% moves every day. It is just uptrending. It is just going higher every single day in the 20s now. So we'll go through the gappers. We'll answer some questions in here. So go ahead and get those questions rocking and rolling. Any tickers you have questions on, any questions you have in general. If I like it, I will read it. I will ask it. We'll answer it. If not, it will just disappear into the ether. All right. Biggest gapper of the day is, drum roll, please. Hello. Can you hear the drums?
I rolled them. I don't know.
You rolled them. Okay. INKT, which is, everyone knows, of course, Mink Therapeutics. 1.02 million float out of the United States of America, biotechnology company. 1 hour ago, they announced publication of complete remission following allogenic INKT cell therapy in metastatic testicular cancer. So they have, I'm guessing during a study, someone had a complete remission. Okay. What do we think here? What do we see in the, I don't see anything but a shelf that's registered from November 2022.
Yeah, I got nothing on this stock. It's just a low float, $20 stock. How much volume is trading on it?
6.3 million.
Whoa.
So not really mouth-watering, but is a good amount for that price range. I'm trying to see if they've splatted here recently. 4 months ago, they regained compliance. Guessing they did a little splatting. Reverse splat. Nothing really going on this daily chart. If you go back in time, you kind of have a slow trickle of top left to bottom right. A bunch of highs being made on really, really light volume, especially when you compare it to today. Up 191%.
There was a splat.
Was there?
January 27th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's up a lot. It's in that kind of sketch price range where I think you either see a $10 fade or potential squeeze out. The float is 1 million, so pretty low for this price range. That's why you probably see a lot of movement and not, the world's most volume on earth. But it is holding the $20 area after a push from the 8s into the high 20s, just short of 30. And consolidating the highs. This is, if anything, looks like a swizzle back in the day. If you remember the OT swizzle, that's what it looks like right now. Just consolidating right underneath the highs. The news sounds good. Congrats to the person in remission. But not really a buzzword. No Bitcoin. No Bitcoin. No AI. What do you think here? It looks like a pretty sketchy daily chart to be walking in front of on the short side.
Looks a little sketchy. I will agree with that. Just a random bigger price gapper. The bigger price gappers always kind of sketch me out a little bit, especially when they're low floats. I just feel like they can get pushed around in a way that's kind of, well, maybe it just looks gigantic because like dollars per share are like 10%, and usually I'm like 20 cents is 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not necessarily afraid of it. Maybe I should be, but I'm just kind of thinking it's going to be a gap. Like it's a potential for a gapping crab. I mean, they're curing cancer. It's pretty good news. It sounds like. I don't know for sure. And they have no dilution. So like, am I like over the moon about getting short this one? No, but I'm watching it without understanding anything about this with the company.
Yeah, I kind of look at it from the long side. I don't really want to be buying stuff that was at $8 and now is in the 20s and up 200%. I think it'd probably be quite choppy this morning. Probably the spread's probably a little thin. But I just kind of see, let it do what it does. And if it's still on watch going into next week, then I'll watch it. But don't really want to do too much with it today, because I don't really like buying day one gappers, and I try not to short too many of them. But yeah, it's a clean chart. I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, to see it run big, and I wouldn't be surprised if it closed at 15. I think that's where I'm at on that one. All right, number 2, SGN. I remember this one, Signing Day Sports.
We've seen it a number of times.
Software application company, 3.52 million float. 2 hours ago, they advanced. Sorry, yawn. Business combination with One Blockchain LLC. Confidential draft registration statement on Form S4 submitted to the SEC, including preliminary prospectus and proxy statement. Do you have that for us in layman's terms?
They filed an S4. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Their news today. They have
business
combination
it's an update,
with One Blockchain.
It's an update on some previously announced acquisition that they're going through. Small little company.
A profitable data hosting company. Negative 2.6 months of cash left. I see offering ability as low.
Like these, like they have a $500,000 shelf. So even if they did raise, it wouldn't be that much money, but they have a tendency to like raise small amounts here and there. And they can raise more money if they get their stock like really spiking like into the 3s, 4s.
Okay.
I guess they have to close it up here.
At that daily chart, you mentioned we've seen it before. It certainly looks like this one has been a regular gapper or runner. We have a run that topped out in the 7s, since then kind of faded off. A most recent run is kind of a little gap and crap into the 4s. Week closed and then kind of fade off to where we are now. That level is what? 427. That's where I'd kind of draw my line. The problem with that one is if it holds that as support up 150% on the day, There's another resistance level over top of that one in the 6s and 7s. So it's a chart that either kind of, I think, busts through and goes wild, or is going to fall victim to this resistance and have difficulty going through. What do you think?
Doesn't excite me. It's kind of an ignore. I've always ignored this stock. I've not really traded it very many times. I just don't like that it's, at least from my scanner, it says it's listed on the Amex. I just don't like trading Amex stocks. Um, so it's an ignore for me, and I think it's going to be a headache given that it's on the Amex. But the news doesn't like it's just an update. It just seems like whatever. Like I could easily see this gapping up and crapping. But for whatever reason, I find that Amex stocks can be headaches. So I just try. I tend to avoid them if I can.
Okay. Man, just a few 150% gappers. We got another one with ABVE. Congrats to longs overnight here.
Yeah. This is the bane of my existence. I should be long this overnight, just like Proc. Same exact thing.
Yeah, I was telling Huddy before, I don't think I've ever seen something more beautiful in terms of, they just don't work like this normally. It's almost like you feel like you're being scammed when they set up like this, with a tight little 20 cents of risk, sideways price action for hours, and then just boom, uptrend. Even in after hours in pre-market, not a ton of like hard cracks or scary price action. They just don't make them like this. This reminds me of OTCs back in the day. Up, sideways, up. Just absolutely phenomenal there. Well, let's walk us through here. We have 15 million float, packaged food company. I see low across the board. I see recent SPAC. No dilution. What was the news yesterday? Do we know what ran it?
No idea.
I don't see any news.
I
see a clean stock with not really a ton of dilution that has room to run with no resistance overhead. What do you see?
That's exactly what I see, Dom. Trading a bunch of food. But not food. It's a food company.
Trading a bunch of food. What are you trading it for?
What do
for roll-ups?
They got packaged goods.
Yeah, this is I don't know what I said to you the other day. Was it Proc? I said this was like the best case scenario, 50% up on the day. And I changed my statement to this is best case. 142%. This is nice. You know,
I would love to be
it's
selling
rare that a day one gapper, even when they're successful, that you're buying if you swing overnight, is on, like we talk about it on Good Morning Nasdaq. Like that would be like best, you know, because it's up enough to be a top gapper as well. Wouldn't it be just cool if like breakouts, even reversals into the next day, like gaps of 100, 200% just became a normal thing, like where you swung and you could expect 150% gap up?
They make a lot of money.
It'd be fun.
What's happening?
So what do you think here going into today? Is it an overextended gap up short? Is it a just wait till next week? Now that we're up, 1,000% from the lows?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a world where this ends just like Proc, which is like, you know, an overextended gap and crap type of thing, where if it can't push much higher, it is going to be very hard for this thing to sustain its gap up, now up a ton. That's generally what we see. Of course, everyone's been saying we've been needing a black swan lately, and if this holds up and spikes to 6, 7, 8 and gaps up into the weekend, that'll be a black swan.
Swan it up, right?
So yeah, I think the expected is a chart like PROK, where you get maybe a push in the morning and then fade throughout the afternoon. That's, I think, what the odds say will happen. But of course, if that doesn't happen, then you could be in territory where this is like a mega spiker, because every short is expecting fade, and if it doesn't fade and it's Friday and everyone has to cover into the close and this whole thing happens, then it could get sent. So as always, just be careful when you're trading these super volatile stocks, if you are.
Nice. All right, so 3 gappers up over 100% this morning. Jim says, I like Huddie at 10. That was when he popped in. P Daddy says, that was the most excited I've ever seen Huddie on here. I love it. Arturo says, Huddie with all caps and several Ds. Mike says, is Vor going to push on up or backside now?
Backside.
I don't know. You don't know till you know. The volume is getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter over the past week, so whatever it does, I could see it literally being at 3 like in a month and just doing no volume, and I could also see it having a PR and being at 50 cents. So wait and see. That's the cool thing about charts is you don't necessarily have to guess all the time. You use the information in front of you, and if it's not all that enticing and not all that volatile and liquid, you don't need to push the buttons. Arturo says Holo looks like trouble. P Daddy says, did either of you take BTOG or SQNS for breakout? No.
I honestly wasn't at the computer into the close yesterday.
SQNS. I don't know how I would have seen this 270 breakout. Let's see what it looked like yesterday. Little break at midday and kind of a clean run and then gapping down right now. BTOG I was aware of and just kind of decided against it. Well, was this the sketchy one? That the pre-market stuff or no?
Did do some sketchy pre-market stuff once upon a time.
Okay. Yeah, 27 breakout there, 27 cent over 50s in pre-market. Nothing wrong with that. So if you took it, congratulations. I think Bitcoin related cheapy and pretty solid gap up there. A lot of resistance overhead still in this like sub-dollar area. And volume is okay. It's just okay. But no, I don't think Huddie was in those. I was not in them. Arturo says INKT being pumped by Ross Cameron. I don't think he can pump. I think they use 10-second charts over there, don't they? It's literally going sideways. Like since we mentioned it, it's still swizzling. Like that looks sketch to the long side or the short side. I don't know which one, but are we entering an era where stocks go up and then sideways perfectly and then just go higher? That would be so cool. Emilio says, are you looking for a first green day on Wolf? I am. We'll see. I basically kind of took the minimum loss yesterday on it. But I did say, what did I say? I wanted 160 or 150 to 170, somewhere in there. We bottomed around 150. Yeah, I don't know if this one is your typical, like, let's spike 30% in the first 20 minutes or not. Like if it's that style, or if it's more of like an all day uptrend, like a mid cap to large cap where you get kind of a slow evolved bounce. But I do anticipate with the volume that this has been trading and the fact that it's gone through the cycle quite cleanly so far, that there should be a green day at some point. Not the best overall market conditions for that today, but take what we can get. It looks like it's going to open slightly green. Fernando says, Dom, you are a fan of Taylor Swift. I am more than a fan. I love her. Yeah, I'm a Swiftie. Throne says, so the hot stuff recently is crypto treasury or packaged food. Was there another packaged food one?
No.
I feel like there might have been.
All right.
Mateo says,
I don't think the sector or industry that ABV
dude, it's a big sector.
matters.
It's a big sector.
I think it's more like, what did the stock do yesterday and how did it hold up and what shorts are stuck? Whereas like BTOG is
You're saying it has more to do with market mechanics instead of the fact that it's a packaged food company? Is that what you're about to say right now?
Well, like if I compare it to BTOG, like I don't think that's a good looking daily chart. I mean, I think it's a good looking breakout, but I think long term daily chart, like you have a horrible situation there. But I think that one got carried by momentum and because it's a Bitcoin company. So like ABV is not a Bitcoin company, so it's not being carried by momentum. I think it's being carried because shorts tried to swing it overnight and got, murked.
What is the definition of murked?
Machine gun to the face.
Oh, wow. Yikes. Someone says, what's going on? What's going on with NDRA? I saw it. Why is it still holding after an offering announcement? Is it just waiting on the pricing for a dump? That sounds like a question for you. I mean, it looks just like a higher price stock that did a ton of volume, gapped up on what news was that 3 to 4 days ago? I don't even see news. It says it's a 740K flow. I just don't believe that. But fundamentally, why, Huddy? Why is it not going down after they announced an offering?
I couldn't tell you.
Why would
I
that
haven't even
happen?
looked at the chart since day one. It's not really a pattern for me. So it doesn't really matter to me.
Why would that happen, though?
Maybe they priced it well. Maybe they can't sell into the offering. Maybe there's a short that's stuck that's holding it up. Who knows? Not me. I try not to
Yeah.
make those I don't think I'll ever know, you know?
Unless you're in the boardroom meeting. Right?
Order meeting?
Boardroom meeting.
Yeah,
The
unless you're right
dilution
there with
meeting
them.
when they bring in H.C. Wainwright. But all right, 9:21. We're going to head on over to the Clover room. You can always join us over there if you want by visiting clovertrading.io. Get yourself signed up for 3-leaf or 4-leaf if you want access to our webinars, video lessons, watch lists, trade alerts in the room, and access to us every single day of the week. Nice showing today. A lot of good questions, a lot of good comments. 48 likes. So if 2 people just want to volunteer as tribute, hit that button on the way out, get us up to 50. That would be fantabulous. But we're going to go enjoy the day, go enjoy the weekend, and we are going to be live again on Monday morning, 8:45 a.m. I will be here. Heidi will be here. And I believe Kyle will be back. We should make Kyle do a week of Good Morning Nasdaq just to get back right with you people. But he'll be back next week. So excited for that. Looking forward to it. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this nice summer weather. And we'll see you in the next one.